We are going to learn to knit the garter stitch square. You will need size 9mm US 13 needles. These are the metal ones, and these are the same size but in wood. These are the same size but circular needles. I like using circular needles because you don't have the long needle to get in the way, especially if you're a beginner. You will also need a tape measure, scissors, a darning needle, and yarn. I'm going to use Lion Brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and it is a super bulky yarn. Find the end of your yarn and make a loop. Take your needle, put it through, and tighten. Take the other end of your needle and push it through, just like this. Take your yarn that's attached to the ball, not your end, and wrap it around. Pull through your new loop. Give it a twist and put it back on your left hand needle and let go. Pull your loop tight, but not too tight. Now you have 2 stitches on. We're going to do that again. Take your right needle, pull it through the loop front to back. Take your long yarn attached to your ball, wrap it round your needle. There's your stitch hiding. Pull it through and twist. Put it back on where all its friends are on the left needle and pull. You now have 3 stitches. We're going to do it again. Take your right hand needle, put it through front to back, take your yarn, wrap it round, pull through, twist, and put it back on the needle. Pull, not too tight, and now you have 4 stitches. We're going to do this for 10 stitches. I'll meet you back here. I have 9 stitches on my needle. I'm going to do number 10, putting my needle through the loop to the back, wrapping round, poking through, bringing it up, twisting, and putting it on my needle. Now you have 10 stitches. Now we're going to knit into our cast on edge. Take your needle in your right hand. You're going to do the same thing you've been doing. Put it front to back through your loop. That's how it looks from the back. Take your yarn, wrap it round, poke it through, but we're going to drop that stitch right off. So you have 1 stitch on your right and 9 stitches on your left. Take your needle, go through your front stitch to the back, wrap it round, poke it through, and push it off. Now you have 2 stitches on your right needle. We're going to continue doing that. Right to the end. right to your last stitch. Give a little tug. It's important to remember to keep your stitches quite loose. Now I'm going to turn it around. So all my yarn is back on my left needle. This is the yarn that's attached, our working yarn, and this is our end. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Put it through, around, and off. Through, around, and off. And this is all we do. This is the garter stitch. So you're just knitting, 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 knitting every row. We're going to do this for 4 inches, and I'll meet you back here. Here we are with our almost finished square. When you measure anything, I like to start right at the top of my needle. So I'm almost at 4 inches, not quite. So I think we'll do one more row. And then we are going to cast off. Okay. What we're going to do is take our needles. Our work is in our left hand, and our right hand needle is in our right hand. We take our right hand needle through, just like we were going to go make a stitch. And we make a stitch like normal, and then we make another stitch. So we have 2 stitches. You're going to take your left hand needle, push it through the first stitch, pull it over your second stitch, and drop it. So now you have 1 stitch on your right hand needle and all your other stitches on your left. I'm going to do that again. You're going to take your needle front to back, poke it through, make a stitch. But instead of making another stitch, you're going to go back to your first stitch, put your needle through, pull it over your stitch, and drop it. And you can see it's casting off your stitches. You want to do this very loose. If you do it tight, it's going to pull this part, and that part's going to be much smaller than your cast on edge. So really, really loose. I'm not pulling at all. Almost done. Go right to your last 2 stitches, pull over, so you're going to have 1 stitch. You're going to pull it as a big loop. Pull it through. Now you can pull tight. And there you have it. Now you're going to sew in your ends. Thread your needle. And just go in those loops, just so it's secure. I even like to find a row and just go in and out of that row for a few loops. There we go. And give a little tug before you cut. And now we'll do our cast on edge. Same thing. And you have knitted your first square.